Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to reading for, this is your February bonus reading, is what it is. And we're going to jump right in here. You have this Four of Swords, which is a card of resting, relaxing, recovering. So you could definitely be in a period of rest. I kind of feel like you're hoping for certain blessings to come into your life. And so we will see what blessings can come in here. Let's put it that way. And so I do feel like there's like some sort of blessing coming in for you, but like I said, let's see. So you have the Four of Swords, which is, like I said, resting, relaxing, recovering, but you also have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is your crossing energy, and the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And so the Knight of Pentacles is actually a card of progress or needing to make progress. And so I feel for some of you that there is progress that needs to happen in some area of your life. I'm pulling an oracle card for each row, column, whatever you want to call it. You have this courthouse card, so some of you could be dealing with a legal matter. If you are dealing with a legal matter, like a divorce or separation or something here, this would tell me that it's probably come to an end and you're just resting, relaxing, recovering after you have gone through some sort of, legal matter or whatever the case may be with the Four of Swords. Again, I do feel like you're hoping for some sort of blessing. It's almost like, I know what this reading is saying. This reading is encouraging you to get clear on exactly what you want. I feel like this is encouraging clear vision. You have the Queen of Swords here. You have the Star in the past. You end with this high honor card, which is great, but it's almost like saying that you can have high honors. You can have the things you want in life, but it's time to get clear on exactly what you want. You have the Knight of Pentacles as your crossing energy. Again, the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. The Knight of Pentacles, he has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. He has these oak leaves on his helmet here, and the oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. The whole point of the Knight of Pentacles is that he's not making any movements. He's the only knight that isn't moving. And he has these empty fields behind him. He could simply plant seeds in those fields and they will grow. So this is a card of planting seeds, needing to get started on something. It pretty much says that you will be successful at whatever you want if you do the work. So I feel like you need to start putting the work into something. Probably something that you've been thinking about. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Nine of Wands. This is, again, a guarded energy. It's a card of putting up boundaries. It's also a card that says, do not give up. He's the wounded warrior, but he is kind of on his last wand there. He has those 8 wands behind him. Those are like 8 experiences or things that he's had, things that he's been through, but they're also, learning situations or moments where he has learned in life or moments where he has, had things happen to him in his life or whatever the case may be. So I feel for a lot of you that you are kind of like moving forward with the Nine of Wands. I also feel that you are kind of like thinking about making progress. I do think you've been through a lot maybe over the past several years of your life. And now you're kind of coming out on the other side. I mostly say this because, again, you have the Queen of Swords here, which seems to be your most important card here, which we're going to talk about in just a second. In the area of your foundation, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, it basically says, what are you waiting for? So I feel that you want to make a change in your life. Really, that's what this reading is saying. I mean, it's like you want to you should want to have your eye on a change or a transformation that you're wanting to make. And the Three of Wands basically says, what are you waiting for? Three of Wands also kind of says that you're not necessarily going to find what you're looking for where you are right now. So I kind of get that feeling here. I'm not saying you have to like move or, any of that stuff. But what I would say is sometimes with the Three of Wands, I feel that it is basically saying, that he needs to make a move in some area of his life. He's, the true story of the Three of Wands is that he's looking at the water, but it's golden in color. And so he thinks he's looking at the desert, but when he looks closer, he sees those ships. So it kind of represents looking at an opportunity where you don't really think that you have the resources or you don't have an opportunity, but there is an opportunity. So I feel for a lot of you, like whatever you are not moving towards that you kind of want to move towards, either this is saying you don't actually need the resources you think you need, you just need to get started and then the resources will show up, which is like always true, right? Or that you need to see that there is an opportunity in something. But I think where the opportunity is in a transformation with the Death card here. The Death card is coming up in the area of your future feelings. And I'm hearing like burning it down. Like I feel like you are literally, I do feel in the future you are going to like burn something to the ground. Not literally, obviously, but more figuratively. I think that you are going to undergo some sort of, Phoenix Rising type of rebirth situation here. So that's what I get. In the area of your past, you have the Star. The Star obviously is your card. It is Aquarius. This puts you in a position of power and strength. The Star is about needing to see that what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. She's pouring this water from the pool of universal consciousness onto the earth, and it literally represents what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. I also kind of feel this energy of needing to get the big picture. You have this bird here, this ibis, and the ibis is the bird of knowledge and wisdom. And so the ibis on the Star card kind of represents getting a bird's eye view, needing to change your perspective on whatever it is that you're doing in life, or wherever you're going, or whatever you think you're creating. And so it kind of encourages that bird's eye view. So if you're thinking about doing something in your life, like something big here, which I kind of get the feeling here that you're thinking about doing something big, like a big choice or decision or whatever, sometimes just like, getting the bigger picture would be a good idea. You have this message of concern as well. Obviously, this is coming up in the area of the past. So this is the energy of what you're moving past. You also have the Star. So, that kind of tells me that you have healed from a tower moment. The tower moment could have been something legal with that courthouse card. You could be you could have been dealing with something in court, or it doesn't have to be that either. It could be like maybe something at work, like someone criticizing you or having to prove yourself. I don't know why that's popping into my head, but again, I feel like some of you have been in a situation where you felt like you had to prove yourself or something like that. I'm getting here, but I don't know. I feel like you're releasing it with this message of concern card. Next, in the area of your future, I love this. I think this is, sometimes when I do a reading, I feel like there's one card that really stands out to me as a reader, and for your reading, it's this one, Queen of Swords. I think that you see things clearly now. And, she has clouds only halfway up her body, which kind of represents the fact that she is finally seeing things clearly for the first time. She's also cautiously optimistic. She has her hand out, but that sword up. So it kind of says that she's willing to receive something into her life. Could be love, because you have this courtship card, which we're going to talk about in a second, but it could be anything. But she has that sword up. So she's kind of like cautiously optimistic. Also, both diagonals, this way and this way, go towards like a rebirth. So this is clearly a Phoenix Rising, kind of rebirth type of reading is what I would call it. That's the technical term for it, right? And you are clearly going through some sort of change. You have this courtship card here. It's funny that you have courthouse and then courtship. Kind of like the same word, both have the word court in it. And so there's something here about court or being courted, or something courting you could be the case here. It's also interesting that we have the ships on the Three of Wands. You have the court and the ship here. Why is that standing out to me? I have no freaking clue. But it is standing out to me here. So, I feel for a lot of you, there could be something, there's something going on with that. Some of you could be like meeting a person from a distance, maybe. For others, I feel that something is courting you. Like something's trying to capture your attention here, Aquarius. And, the Queen of Swords, she sees things clearly. So again, if you feel that a transformation or a rebirth is trying to capture your attention, then I would move towards it. Even the Judgment card here is coming up in the area of your next few months. I always say with the Judgment card that those people are rising up out of coffins. Coffins in the tarot represent your old life. Outside the coffin represents your new life. So it's almost like the universe is tempting you with a new life and trying to draw you out of your old life. So I do feel over the next few months that you are going to be going through a major transformation, clearly. I also think that some of you could be waking up to, like it looks to me with that Nine of Wands, that you're waking up to the reasons like why certain things have to happen. That was not proper English, but I think you get my point. It's almost like you're waking up to the reason why all sorts of things happen in your life. Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think things are starting to make sense in your life, is like maybe an easier way to put it. And you're looking at all the lessons you've been through, and you're kind of like seeing why. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It wouldn't surprise me at all if over the past couple years, and even now that you've lost friends, or maybe you've changed friendships, or you've found out some people are good for you and some people are bad for you, all that other stuff. I don't think that this isn't like a good or a bad thing either. I just think that it's the energy for you, Aquarius, that you've gone through some personnel changes, as in the people in your life, and it is what it is what I would say. I feel like you've learned like who you can trust, who you can't trust, and you're just using this information to move forward in life. Again, I think everybody goes through this at some point in their life, so it is what it is. But definitely could have you could also have been dealing with some sort of like separation, right? You have the death card here in the area of your future feelings. Like I was saying, it's getting something about burning it down. Like, again, I feel like some of you are not afraid, or are getting to this place in your life where you're not afraid to go through that type of transformation, where you kind of completely release something so that you can have something new. I also, another card of clarity, by the way, because the two pillars from the moon show up right here, and the sun is rising through those two pillars. So it kind of represents clarity. It kind of says that you are gaining clarity on the direction, on a direction in your life, or like what direction you need to move in. You also have the King of Wands here. So the King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive. This is showing up as your outcome. This could be love coming in for you. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, although you have the courtship card here. So if you do want love, again, it could be love or someone that you will love. But this could also just be you, being bold, being assertive. And we also have this High Honor card here, if I can get it. And so I feel like the High Honor card is saying, that wasn't right. I feel like the High Honor card is saying that if you focus on exactly what you want, or, if you can kind of like focus on the life you want to create, you will have high honor. I think it's just talking about accomplishment. Normally this card would be about receiving some sort of high honor, like receiving some sort of recognition or whatever. But I kind of feel this reading is more saying that, if you focus on creating the life that you want to create, whatever that means, even if you think it's impossible, that you will accomplish it. I just get more of like an accomplishment type of energy there. With the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Devil. The Devil is like needing to pay attention to things that steal your energy. That's the only criticism that I have of your reading here, Aquarius, is this right here. It's almost like you have realized that maybe some people that you thought were good for you, and maybe that's what the challenge is. I think that's what it is. You tell me. I actually don't know. Again, I don't claim to know everything, but sometimes my intuition just doesn't tell me things, right? And I wouldn't trust any psychic that claims they know everything. But kind of like what I'm leaning towards here is you having situations in your life where you thought someone was good, but they were actually bad. And then maybe you thought another person was bad, but they were actually good. It's kind of like I see this as like this opposite thing going on in my head with the Devil here. And so I feel like you've learned what people, the type of person that steals from you and the type of person that actually fulfills you. And I don't know, I just think it's been a learning lesson. It's like not good or bad. Like I said, I think that there are lessons that we learn where maybe it feels bad, but really it's not good or bad. It helps us in the future. And I feel like this is something that's helping you in the future. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, you might be a little guarded, like I said, with that Nine of Wands. It's funny that courtship card came up in reverse. I don't read reversals, and even if I did, I definitely wouldn't read reversals with oracle cards anyway. But what I would say is it's kind of funny that it came up in reverse, right? It's kind of like saying, that maybe you are kind of like a little bit guarded towards love or healing. And I would just, again, not a good or a bad thing. I would take your time to heal, especially if you're healing from a toxic person. Three of Swords is like a temporary situation. Kind of says like take your time in healing. With the Three of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment, or like some sort of wish coming in for you. So I do feel like there is a wish. Again, whatever you're waiting on, right? Like, what are you waiting for? And then you have the Nine of Cups. You can have it. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So I kind of feel this reading is talking about wish fulfillment as well. Nine of Cups is about bathing in the energy of something you want. It basically saying you can have whatever you want, but you have to be in the energy of whatever that thing is. Again, if the energy isn't matching, then you're not going to get there. So, I think one of the best things we can do, and, how I changed my life very quickly, and well, I mean, it took 4 years, but still, was I just started being the thing I wanted to be. And I also made sure that my habits matched. I made sure that the things I thought, the things I did in my life matched up with what I wanted. So it's like I had to change completely. And I do feel we have this a little, these energies of transformation. And so a lot of you could be going through a deep personal transformation where you are changing so that you can match the energy of what you want, so that you can have a wish, right? Yeah, look, with the Star, you have the Strength card. With Strength is about taming your inner beast, This lion on this card is tucking its tail between its legs. It is submitting to her, and it represents the fact that she is taming her inner beast, her inner critic, her inner demons, her inner lion, whatever you want to call it. And it's submitting to her. And this is something that she has to do every single day. So I feel, and this is true for everyone, we all have to, quiet that voice, that says you can't do something or you can't have something or whatever. And that's what I feel is going on here. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about being grateful for what you do have. I always say that fives have very easy solutions. And she's grieving the loss of something that she doesn't even enjoy any longer. And if he were to turn around, he would see these two cups and this bridge and the castle over there. So I feel for a lot of you, there are actually a lot of improvements that could be coming in for you. But I feel like you need to let go of something that maybe you haven't let go of, and you need to move towards something completely new. Three of Wands here, Judgment, Death. Judgment is about, kind of really leaving behind your past life. And it can be scary. Like, if, again, not criticizing you or anything, but, if you're in a situation, some of you, I'm just going to put this out there. Like, this kind of gives me the vibes also of like going back to something. Like maybe you went back to an ex, or, maybe you went back to a situation. Now you're kind of like regretting it. This is saying like it happens to all of us. We've all done it. And maybe you did it because of comfort or whatever, which is fine. Again, we've all done it. Nobody's perfect, right? And now I feel like you're making the transformation. So it's not that big of a deal. Don't beat yourself up, right? With the Judgment card, you have the Hierophant here. Hierophant is a bridge between the heavens and the earth. So he is able to communicate with both sides. And I kind of feel like there are things that you want to create and have. I also feel really that you are being initiated into something. These two guys here, they are initiates and they're being initiated into something. So like the universe is trying to raise your vibration or trying to bring you up to the next level. And I really feel that's kind of what's going on here with this card. I'm not really getting marriage or anything. It could be, but again, I'm just saying. With the Five of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, being bold and being assertive. This is also what's going on here in this reading. I kind of feel like you are doing something on your own, The Queen of Wands, she has to make a decision for her life that maybe a lot of other people aren't going to agree with. She has this black cat right here, and black cats in the tarot are considered very unlucky. But, during the times of tarot, black cats were considered unlucky. But the whole point of the black cat is that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just likes the cat, right? And she is also being guided by the sun. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower represents the sun, and she moves towards the sun. She moves towards her happiness. The sun is coming up in your reading right here on the Death card. So she has to make some sort of transformation that is going to lead her away from everything that she has ever known. And she is also not protected, by the way. She's the only Wands court card that does not have salamanders on her cloak. The King of Wands there has salamanders on his cloak. But by doing this, she can gain the salamander. She can become the king. And it looks to me like you are kind of like stepping into that king energy by taking some sort of risk or doing something without knowing how to do it, or doing something against other people's wishes. But too bad, so sad, that's on them. Like other people, that it's like they should be living their own lives. They shouldn't be trying to live your life for you. So, you could be doing things that people don't agree with. And this could require you to walk away from people with that Five of Swords. But it's probably going to lead to a lot of success or an achievement, like I said, with that High Honor card. With the Death card, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. As I always say, to me, the Seven of Swords is a good card. It's a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. He is stealing those swords from an army that's in the background. And so he's going to war, but like in a different way. And so I feel for a lot of you, that could be what's going on here, is that you're going to war, but in a different way. With the King of Wands, you have the World card. The World is an achievement. So I feel for a lot of you, I literally said that with the High Honor card, that this is an achievement. Yes, there's some sort of big achievement coming in for you here is what this reading is saying. It's all making sense to me now. It's not going to be easy. It hasn't been easy. And I also kind of feel like you're in this energy of just winging it anyway. It looks to me like you've kind of like gotten over yourself. And I mean that in the best way possible, right? And you're just saying like, you know what? It's like, yeah, this might piss people off in my life, or, maybe people don't agree with the achievement or the thing that I want to go accomplish or the thing that I want to do. But it's almost like you're saying, it's my life. I have wishes. I have my own, I have my own things here that I wish for. Star, Nine of Cups. I have my own ideas of like what life should be. And I'm not gonna, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but it's almost like you're realizing that the people that have been holding you back in life, that their life has always been the same, and which is not necessarily a good thing, right? You have this January card, and you have this 4-leaf clover. It says great good fortune on it. Love it. So there could be great good fortune coming in for you right now. Yes, we're past the month of January almost, but again, still, I think that they're starting now. There's like good fortunes. You have this mountain road. It says you're on the road to success. Are you kidding me? Yes, definitely very good. See, I think on the surface, this almost looks like a challenging reading, right? But it isn't. It has been challenging. I think what you've been through is challenging, but you're coming out the other side. You have the skull card that says hidden secrets can harm you. I would be careful of people who have secrets, so I'd be careful of that. You have the stork card that says news of a birth or new opportunity. Every single person, I kid you not, has had birth cards. 2024 readings, everybody had birth cards. If you're not trying to get pregnant, I would be careful. If you are, congratulations. But this could also just be the birth of an idea. And the idea here is very simple and very clear to me. I think that this is a successful transformation, really. Or like this is an extremely fortunate transformation that you're about to have. The 4-leaf clover card, the road to success card, the transformation cards. I think that's what's being birthed here. What's being birthed is you. You are rebirthing yourself. You have this yoke card that says feeling tied down or frustrated. I definitely feel like you've had a lot of moments of frustration. And again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think that there will be more moments of frustration. We are in a time where we really need to push past those moments of frustration. Plain and simple. Like, I don't know how else to say it. And really, is it going to be popular? Are people going to want to hear this? No, but but it's the truth, is what I would say. I think that anyone who's about to do anything over the next 20 years, there are probably going to be a lot of those moments where, like, just when you get things going, there's a breakdown or there's a problem. But the people who pushed past those moments, obviously, are going to be successful. So just realize that things that might seem like they're a big deal, or the breakdowns, if you're trying to start a business or trying to get into a relationship, and there's a little hiccup here or there, they're just little hiccups. They're not like full on, puking your brains out type situations, right? So I feel for a lot of you, it's about just pushing past those moments, but looks really good. I think you're going a very fortunate transformation here, is what this is saying. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.